Her daughter can't settle down.
The two older children are fathered by one man, and the two younger children are fathered by another man.
2 years ago, you had a different boyfriend. Talk about dysfunction.
And she's still on the move.
I had a different boyfriend when we moved into this house.
You understand that that's not particularly good for your children.
Yes, ma'am.
Especially when you have a revolving door of boyfriends in your house. I mean, you do it anyway. That makes you pretty selfish.
Judge Judy.
Miss Bowen, Miss Eppert is your mother. And you have children. How many?
I have 4.
How old are they?
17, 15, 11, and 5.
Is your current boyfriend the father of any of those children?
No, ma'am.
When did you ask your mother to put a utility bill in your name?
I never asked her. It was an agreement between her and my grandmother.
Did you move in with your grandmother?
Yes, I did.
When?
I believe May of 2016, 17.
Did she have a house?
She didn't know. We moved into a house together. She was living with my mother.
Okay, so let's go back. You and your grandmother moved into a place at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandmother had been living with your mother.
Yes.
For how long?
For years. I don't know exactly how long.
And in 2016, you had a 3-year-old, a 9-year-old. And did you have the same boyfriend or no boyfriend?
I had a different boyfriend when we moved into this house.
You understand that that's not particularly good for your children.
Mm-hmm.
You do understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I mean, you do it anyway. That makes you pretty selfish.
I don't think I'm selfish.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. If you have 4 children, none of whom are fathered by your current boyfriend. 2 years ago, you had a different boyfriend who was also not the father of your children. Mm-hmm. That's pretty selfish. That goes like this with your kids. Okay, so you moved in with your grandmother into a place at the same time. Was there a lease?
Yes.
In whose name was the lease?
It was in both of our names.
Is this your grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you stand up, please? What's your last name?
Reet.
Now, when you moved into a house with your granddaughter, did you ever have a conversation with your daughter about putting the utility bill in your name?
No, I was told at a later date that's what had happened.
Told by whom?
I was told by my granddaughter and confirmed later by my daughter.
That it was put in your daughter's name?
Yes, she set it up.
When you were living with your granddaughter, were you sharing the utility bill with her? You splitting it down the middle?
No, I paid a portion of the rental agreement, and then I paid for food and other incidentals there.
What was the rent on the house?
When we first moved in, it was about $1,100 or $1,200.
And how much did you pay?
Don't remember, because there were 3 of us, and it was split between myself, Melissa, and her other boyfriend that lived there. I think it was around $500.
Were all of her 4 children living with her?
Pardon me?
Were all of her children living with her?
They lived there with her, yes.
Were there 4 children in 2016 living with your granddaughter?
Yes.
They were off and on living there. My ex-husband and I have split custody, so 1 week on, 1 week off. They were not there the whole month.
Of the two older
I didn't ask where they were the whole month. They slept there. Where did they go to school from?
By their dad's house.
Well, if they went to school from their father's house, that means that they slept at their father's house during the week, unless he lives in the same school district.
I would drive them to school every morning on the weeks that I had them.
Your Honor, her two older children, not the two younger children. The two older children are fathered by one man, and the two younger children are fathered by another man.
So the now 15 and 17-year-old would split their time?
Yes.
But not the two younger ones?
I helped arrange their child custody, and they had, okay.
That's all I had.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just figuring out the financials. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 of you, full-time.
Mm-hmm.
You, your then boyfriend, not the current boyfriend, and 2 of your children full-time, 2 of your children part-time, on the one hand, paying rent, and then your grandmother.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you paid a portion of the rent. How much did you pay?
Around $500.
Not around. I don't want to know around. How much did you give her every month?
Honestly, it was 500 and something, and I can't remember the dollar amount.
How much did your grandmother give you every month towards rent?
$500.
Well, that should cover her portion of the rent and also utilities. You have 6 people. She's 1 person.